Hey guys, it's Katie. Thank you for checking out another video of mine. I have seen a couple people on here, especially Mrs. Melissa, who is amazing. She's like my makeup mom on here, doing their top products from each drugstore brand. And I decided I'm going to do my favorites from 10 drugstore brands that I've used multiple of their products from, but I'm going to do this video in two parts so it won't be mega long. So I'm going to do 1 through 5 in this video and then brands 6 through 10 in another video. I'm not ranking the brands, I just am picking a brand and picking out my favorite products from that brand. So let's just get started. I did just do this shop my stash look probably in a previous video, so I'll link it if it's there. I just went through my collection, picked out things I haven't used in a while or things that are fairly new to me, and based this off of a Pinterest look or an Instagram look, which I showed you in that video. Anyway, let's get started. The first brand is CoverGirl. CoverGirl was one of those brands that, it was one of the first ones I started using when I went into makeup, probably because they had those commercials with the celebrities in them, and Taylor Swift was one of them at the time, and I'm a ride or die Taylor Swift fan. But I have found some of my staple products in the CoverGirl line, one of them being the Clump Crusher Mascara. I'm sure if you've watched any videos of mine, you are tired of seeing this. This is the best first coat mascara. It has those rubble bristles that really separate each individual lash. So it is basically a clump crusher. It just separates all your lashes, and then if you go in with maybe a thicker mascara afterwards that volumizes, you've got the perfect combo, and that mascara will come up in a second. The other thing from CoverGirl is their Cheekers blushes. These have been repackaged a few times, and I know they probably don't look like much in the drugstore, and honestly they don't swatch as much either, but my all-time favorite blush is Cheekers blush in this shade Plumberry Glow. They are so good. They're so affordable. Do not pass over these in the drugstore when you're looking for a new blush shade or just a new blush, because they're so good on the cheeks and they last really well. I have several shades. Moving on to L'Oreal. Now, I just mentioned that the CoverGirl mascara is my perfect first coat mascara. The L'Oreal Voluminous is my perfect second coat mascara. So I'll go in with the Clump Crusher to spread all those lashes out, and then this will go in and coat and thicken each of those lashes, just make it look really full and voluminous. As the title says, I like this one with the curved brush, I like the original, I like the carbon black. They all kind of work the same to me, but this is my perfect forever mascara combo. Been using it for years. Okay, another thing from L'Oreal. I kind of have a few from L'Oreal. They might be the drugstore brand that I purchased the most things from. Their Shine lip gloss, or lipsticks. They're their Shine lipsticks that they came out maybe 2 years ago. This is the shade Lacquered Strawberry. They're just like a really shiny lipstick gloss hybrid, but they last really well on the lips. Even if the shine kind of dissipates, the color is still there. They're just a really unique formula of lip. So this shade is Burnished Blush. So this is the Lacquered Strawberry and then Burnished Blush. I have several shades of these. All of them look good. And then something they discontinued, but I'm mentioning it because I want them to bring it back, and that is the True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. So a few years ago, the drugstore and kind of high-end brands had their little phase of cushion foundations, and my mom and I both fell in love with the L'Oreal Lumi, so much so that when it was being clearanced out of stock, I bought like four 4 or 5 backups in my winter. I bought a couple in my winter shade and then a couple in my like summertime shade. This had like a clearance sticker over it. That's why it looks so janky. It had the perfect natural coverage with a bit of a loomy finish. It just looked so healthy on the skin. For someone my age, I'm in my 20s, and then someone my mom's age in her upper 50s. It just looked good all the time, all around. And one more, this is kind of like an honorable mention for L'Oreal. It is their Infallible Pro Matte Glosses. I love these. I don't know why they say gloss because they're pretty matte, but they're kind of that moussey matte formula where they don't dry down completely. They're not like kiss proof, transfer proof, which is okay because then they don't dry your lips out. But they just kind of work as like a matte lipstick. This is the shade. I have several shades. This one just happens to be Forbidden Kiss. So it's kind of shiny right now, but it will dry down just a little bit, but it won't get as like as a true liquid lip. I love these. They're an underrated product. I wish they would come out with a whole new like color line for them. Revlon. So Revlon has kind of been like lackluster the past few years. But the one thing Revlon does really well, and they stick to it, is lips. Their lipstick line, you can find any color in any finish that you want. They are, like, to me, they are luxury caliber lipsticks. And one of their most famous shades I have is Cherries in the Snow. If I recommend you get one, like, holiday lipstick, it is Revlon Cherries in the Snow. It's a bit of like a pinker red, and there's never been a time where I've seen it on somebody and it didn't look good. I think these are actually called, yeah, they're super lustrous lipsticks. This is the shade Love That Red, so more of a true red compared to Cherries in the Snow. Again, they're just, the ones I have are their creme formula, and they're just so comfortable and silky smooth on the lips. You may want a lip liner with them because they are a cream formula. They may spread if you're messy. They'll transfer, but perfect colors. And then these came out for a hot second. They're Revlon Vinyl Lip Polishes. I have a couple shades, and this is in the shade, is it Date Night or Birthday Suit? And this is like my everyday pinky mauve shade that I love. So they're very pigmented, very opaque, a little bit of shine, but very comfortable on the lips, and smell like just a bakery. So that is Revlon. Now we are on to Maybelline. I like quite a few things from Maybelline, but if I have to go with like my top staples, one would be, well, almost everything in their Fit Me line is really amazing. I have two things here, one being the Fit Me blushes. I have a couple shades of these. This is in the shade Peach. It's really close to that really famous NARS blush shade that I'm just not going to say, because not because I'm like a prude, but just because I just don't think it's like appropriate. But here's the shade. It's called Peach, but it's really like a pinky peach. But they're very pigmented, look so pretty on the cheeks. And they have a little bit of that sheeny glow to them. And if you look closely, it looks like there might be very, very, very fine micro glitters in them. But again, when you put them on the cheeks, you don't see that. The glitters don't fall all over. They are also a really good, really affordable drugstore blush. And then, of course, I have to throw it back to their original Fit Me, that just fell, Fit Me concealer. I have multiple shades in this. It's what I'm wearing today under my eyes. It's just one of those, it's great for under eyes. It's great for spot treatments if you put it on there and let it dry down a bit. It's not like my tip-top favorite concealer. I don't know if I have a tip-top favorite, but it's one of those that I always go back to and I never have issues with it. So again, their Fit Me line. And then one thing, I only ever have seen one other person on YouTube talk about, Emily Noel, their Nudes of New York palette. This performs like a high-end eyeshadow palette. It has, like it says, many of your neutral nude shades. It has mattes and shimmers in more neutral tones, warmer tones, highlights, deep colors, and it's around $14 or $15. It's like a staple to have in your collection because it's one of those palettes that if you don't really know what to do for your eyes, pick this out and whatever you throw together will look good. The last brand I have for you in this first part is Milani. Now, I know for a lot of people, Milani is like their #1 drugstore brand. It's the brand they have the most products from, but I don't have a ton of products from them. So I picked 2 out. One of them, of course, would be their Baked Blush formula. I mean, they were kind of known for these for a while, and they're still really good. My favorite shade is 01 Dolce Pink. Very similar to that Fit Me color I just showed you, just a little more pink. Because they are that baked formula, again, they have a little bit of like a satin sheen to them, which I really love in a blush. And then the other thing that is really great from them is their Keep It Full lip glosses. I have the shade Soft Rose, I believe. And I like these because they are very pigmented and opaque. Similar to those Revlon lip vinyls I showed you. They're very opaque. Very much have that slippery shine to them. Smells really good. They have, and it says they're supposed to be that plumping formula. It's not. It's like a few tingles and then it's done. But I think they did these lip glosses really well. I really like, if you can't tell, I really like a pigmented lip color. Otherwise, I'm just going to put on chapstick. Like if I'm going to put in the maintenance of keeping a lip color on my lips and touching up, then it's going to be a color that is noticeable. Otherwise, I'm chapsticking it up. Okay, those are my first 5 brands. Stick around for a video coming up where I do the next 5 brands. Thanks for watching.